Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. For our final year project, we choose to discuss about internet gaming disorder among Uitm students. First of all, I would like to introduce our group members involved in this study. To begin with, my name is Muhammad Faidhi bin Muhammad Razmi, ID number 2018438954, and then Nurul Atiqah binti Maizatul Akmam, ID number 2018260214. Lastly, we have Siti Azura binti Rais, ID number 2018438718. We will begin this presentation with introduction. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about the background of study, problem statement, research objectives, research hypothesis, the significance of study, and scope and limitations. We all have indulged ourselves in some sort of online gaming throughout our lives. For the past few decades, online gaming has become a bullish market until now, and it also one of the most popular leisure online activities for every level of age, especially to young generations. According to J. Clement, the global digital media market has frequently been rising, with gaming accounting the biggest share of market revenues. This uplift was caused by the coronavirus outbreak, which this pandemic forced most of the people to stay at home and turn to digital avenues of entertainment and find new channels to connect with others. Following with that, there are about 1 billion online gamers all around the world. Cooperatively in rising of internet gaming usage worldwide, internet gaming disorder (IGD) has become a major social problem. No one would not deny that online gaming can be an outlet to distress oneself, and the social aspect of video games is immense. In year 2021, internet gaming disorder was detected among the college students in India. 42% of the university students in India had mild depression associated with IGD based on PHQ-9 questionnaire. Consequently, depression is considered as a comorbid psychiatric symptom of disordered digital gaming. Previous finding pointed out by Claudia Marino in 2020 that social anxiety was marginally and negatively associated with IGD, but substantially and positively associated with the preference for online social interactions. In terms of motivations, social anxiety was positively associated with escape, coping, and fantasizing, but negatively associated with recreation. Furthermore, both positive and negative metacognitions concerning online gaming were found to have positive and direct relationships with social anxiety. Besides, negative metacognitions regarding online gaming, as well as escape, were substantially linked to IGD. Weekly online gaming hours appeared to be only sluggishly linked to IGD, while age and gender were not significantly linked to the outcome. In another perspective from a study in year 2017 by Mi Jung-ro, psychological aspects were investigated, and the results were interesting. Users with IGD thought of themselves as being addicted with online gaming and that stopping was tough. As a result, social support may be required to avoid IGD and to aid treatment efforts. Social anxiety, depression, low self-control, and impulsivity were all psychological risk factors linked to IGD. Nowadays, internet gaming is becoming more popular and widespread. However, many people have disregarded some of the negative implications of online gaming. According to Yan J. et al., people who are addicted to the internet have greater psychopathology. Wang et al., for example, discovered a link between the severity of depression, anxiety, and problematic internet use. A systematic assessment of the link between disordered online gaming and mental health disorders discovered a 92% correlation between anxiety and IGD, and 89% correlation between depression and IGD, and an 85% correlation between ADHD and IGD. As a result, depression is seen as a comorbid psychiatric sign of disordered online gaming. In Malaysia, the rapid development of internet gaming technology has come at the cost of increased vulnerability to video game addiction. Thus, this research purposely conducted to increase the awareness of Uitm students towards IGD. In this study, we have 4 research objectives. Number 1, to investigate whether social anxiety will predict internet gaming disorder positively on Uitm students. Number 2, to identify whether low self-control will predict internet gaming disorder symptoms positively on Uitm students. Number 3, to examine whether depression will predict internet gaming disorder symptoms positively on Uitm students. Number 4, to determine whether impulsivity will predict internet gaming disorder positively on Uitm students. There are 4 research hypotheses in this study. First, social anxiety positively predicts internet gaming disorder symptoms on Uitm students. Second, low self-control positively predicts internet gaming disorder symptoms on Uitm students. Third, depression positively predicts internet gaming disorder symptoms on Uitm students. Fourth, impulsivity positively predicts internet gaming disorder symptoms on Uitm students. The significance of study for this research are to give the clear version and identify whether the social anxiety, low self-control, depression, and impulsivity will predict internet gaming disorder symptoms positively on Uitm students. This research study may help the Uitm students who might have the internet gaming disorder symptoms to realize their behavioral addictions and make a proper actions to recover. This research study includes all Uitm students in Malaysia. Thus, the research might need more time to collect the data that cover the huge area. In the global pandemic COVID-19, the research might have lower response rate since the respondent unsure of the confidentiality. Some respondents might submit an incomplete response since nobody is available to explain.
Now I will continue explaining in Chapter 3, Methodology. We will explain the process of research that will be conducted in this chapter. The process includes research design, sampling method, data collection method, instrument, and method of data analysis. The method of analysis is multiple regression analysis. For research design, as shown in the screen, theoretical framework by Pang, Lam, and Na in 2019 emphasized on depression and motivations for gaming, including achievement motivation, is hypothesized as predictors of internet gaming disorder symptoms. Moreover, this research is using a causal design. Now we move to research population and sample. The population of this study are all the students from Uitm Seremban campus. The samples are students selected at random based on the number of students from Faculty of Computer Science and Mathematics. The sample size N decided for this study is 200. For sampling design, the samples are chosen using simple random sampling as the target population, which are students, which also included in each category of youth. It homogeneous in terms of characteristics of interest, thus the technique was chosen. The chosen sample will be studied and will represent the entire group. This sample process ensures that any element has an equal chance to be chosen as a study sample, such as class group. To put it another way, the probability sampling technique assures that each sample unit in the target population has a chance of being selected. The likelihood of getting chosen is known, equal, and non-zero. For data selection method, since this research includes a large-scale survey research that relies on questionnaires to collect data, the data collection method is quantitative data, which is online questionnaires. The online questionnaires will be delivered via social media and email because of all the students are going through online distance learning as a result of COVID-19 pandemic. Google Forms are used to create the questionnaire. This research adopted a questionnaire from an article with title Prevalence of Internet Gaming Disorder in India, a Technology Hazard Among Adolescents by Andavali, Rani and Kumar in 2020. This questionnaire contains two parts, which in part A, there are 5 socio-demographic details questions of the respondents like gender, age, program and year of study. Meanwhile, in part B contains 18 questions, which a combination question Likert skill type questionnaire that was taken from Internet Gaming Disorder Skill short form by Pontus and Greenfield in 2015 and pertaining to the Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, Internet Gaming Disorder Criteria by Tajuddin Nizam, Zamzali and Sahimi.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Azura binti Rais. My metric number is 2018-438-718. Multiple regression analysis enable researchers to assess the strength of relationship between an outcome, which is the dependent variable, and several predictor variables, as well as the importance of each predictor to the relationship. In order to determine the significant factors that cause the regression, multiple regression is used in this study to analyze data and determine the relationship between social anxiety, low self-control, depression, impulsivity, and internet gaming disorder symptoms. Multiple linear regression requires some assumption that need to be satisfied. Regarding this, research that will be done to examine whether the social anxiety, low self-control, depression, and impulsivity will predict internet gaming disorder symptoms positively on the Uitm students. As the summary, this research employs causal research where the respondents are students from Uitm Seremban 3 campus selected at random using cluster sampling. The data will be collected via online survey. The method of analysis are multiple regression analysis to assess the association between social anxiety, low self-control, depression, impulsivity, and internet gaming disorder symptoms.